Good morning, students. In this video, we are going to see the actual kabaddi match. Okay, in the last video, we have seen the basic rules, okay, of the game kabaddi. So, in this video, we are going to see the actual kabaddi match between the two classes, two class teams 9A and 9B. Okay, so let's start. The school sports meet was scheduled next month. Okay, sports meet means an event where sports competitions are held. Okay, and scheduled means arranged, planned. Okay, so in our school also there are sports. Okay, on that sports meet on that day various sports were played. Okay, some outdoor games, some indoor games were played on a sports meet. So here we are going to discuss or see the game kabaddi. Okay, the kabaddi match between the two class teams 9A and 9B. So, the school's sports meet was scheduled next month. The practice matches had already begun, but before the actual competition, there are practice matches held before the sports meet. So, the practice matches were started. 9B were the favorites as they had strong players in their team. Okay, so the Team 9B was very favorite. Why? Because they had strong players in their team. The kabaddi trials were on. So the kabaddi trials practices were on. Okay? They are going. This year there were 3 new students in class A. To everyone's surprise, they proved to be outstanding players. Okay, so the trials were on means the teams are started to practice, okay, to play with each other, and there are 3 new students in the 9A class who are very excellent. Okay, outstanding means excellent in playing, very good. They are very good players. Okay, 9A's hopes soared. Soared means increased. Okay, so 9A's hopes were increased because this year they were having 3 new excellent outstanding players in their team. So when the team will win the match, when it is consist of the outstanding or excellent players. So this year 9A is also having the good players. So their hope is increased that they will win the match. When the match started, all the spectators clapped and boosted the morale of both the teams. So here the actual match it started. Okay, it is the explanation about the sports meet day. Okay, on which day the sports are going, the kabaddi match was being played. So on that day all the spectators, okay, spectators means audience, okay, who are watching the game, so the audience clapped and boosted means increased the morale of both the teams. Okay, so boost the morale of the team means make the team feel more confident and encourage that team. So all the audience were encouraging, okay, increasing their courage, their confidence. Okay, 9A won the toss and sent their rider Govind. So in every match, if there are two teams, then the toss is tossed. Okay, so here the team 9A won the toss. Okay, and now they have the chance to decide that they are going to raid or they are going to choose the court. Okay, so they decided to raid first. So they sent their raider Govin. So what is his name? Raider's name? Govin. He was so swift that before the opponents realized it, he had touched Suresh from 9B and was already heading home. So the Govin was so swift. Swift means fast. Okay, he was so fast that before any opponents realized it, he had touched Suresh from the opposite team, from 9B team, and he came back in his home. Okay, so in this way he touched the one person, one player. So that's why a point was scored. So he got 1 point. Okay. So what is the requirement? Necessary requirement while playing the game? You should be swift. You should be fast. Okay. So Govind was very fast. Okay. He read in the he first read and then he touched Suresh and he came back to his home and a point was scored. Ravi from 9B was a very strong player. So there is a player named Ravi in the 9B team who was very strong player. He alone was sufficient to catch hold of any player so tightly in between his legs, twisted like scissors, that releasing oneself from his grip was next to impossible. Okay, that means there is a player named Ravi who was very strong. Okay, and he was alone sufficient to catch hold, means to hold any player. Okay, so in kabaddi, how they hold the players? They hold their legs. Okay, so Ravi twist his legs like, and it becomes like scissor. Okay, and he catch hold tightly the raider's legs into his legs. Okay, so that any raider is unable to release himself from his grip. Okay, so it is impossible to get out of his grip. He was very strong. Okay, so here you can see this is Govind. Okay, he raided into the opposite court and he touched Suresh and then he came back. So till now, what is the score of the match? 9A is having 1 point and 9B was at 0. Now see what happens in the next read. Okay. All the players were literally afraid of him. This ace player had won many matches for 9B. So Ravi was very strong player and all other players were literally, means really afraid of Ravi. This ace player had won many matches for 9B. Ace means excellent, outstanding. So Ravi was outstanding player and he had won many matches for 9B. With the support of Mohan and Vinod, 9B were unbeatable. Okay, so for each team there must be some outstanding and good players in their team. So on their basis they will win the match. So in 9B, which are the three players? Ravi, Mohan and Vinod. So because of these three players, the 9B were unbeatable, means it is difficult to beat them. Okay. Mangesh from 9A was also strong. He was a good match for Ravi. So, there is a new player in a 9A team whose name is Mangesh. He was very strong as Ravi. Ravi was relaxed as he had never dreamed of any strong opposition from any team. So, Ravi was relaxed because he was thinking that only he was good in holding the rider. Okay, and he had never dreamed about there may be some strong players in opposite team also. He was unaware of that. Okay, he was thinking like only he was good. Okay, excellent in holding any rider. So this is the sign of overconfidence. Okay. When Mangesh was wrestled down by Ravi and his friends, everyone in the spectators thought that 9A would lose Mangesh. Okay, so in the next raid, Mangesh have chosen for the raid. Okay, so Mangesh goes onto the opponent's side. Okay, for raiding, and then the Mangesh was wrestled down. Wrestled down means thrown on the ground and held down. So the Mangesh was held down on the ground by Ravi. So he was held by Ravi and his friends. Everyone in the spectator audience thought that 9A would lose Mangesh. So as all were knowing that Ravi was a very strong player and they thought that the Mangesh was held by Ravi. That's why it is impossible for Mangesh to come back to his home. So as a result of this, 9A will lose Mangesh and he would be declared out. But Mangesh proved his mettle. Proved his mettle means proved that he is good at doing something by succeeding in a difficult situation. So let's see what Mangesh do in this situation. Okay. He proved his mettle. He was on the ground with the anti-raiders catching hold of his waist and legs. So he was on the ground with the anti-riders catching hold of his waist and legs. So you can see here. Okay, you can see here Ravi and his friends catch hold at the Mangesh. Okay, so they have hold their his waist and legs. Okay, anti-riders means every player in whose court raid is being made. Okay, slowly he inched towards his court. So he inched towards his court. Inched towards means moved towards something very slowly and gradually. So now Mangesh was very near to the midline. All the anti-raiders with all their might were trying their best to pull him back. Okay, so all these three anti-raiders were trying to bring him back to their home. Okay, they are trying their best to pull him back. But with great determination and without losing his breath, Mangesh successfully touched the midline. But Mangesh was also very strong. Okay, he was great determined. Determination means firmness. Okay, focus. So he was very focused that he have to touch the midline, and with that great determination and without losing his breath, Mangesh touched the midline. There were cheers in the air. So all their audience and team 9A was very happy. Okay, that Mangesh have touched the midline. So students, what we have seen in this video, that Now the match is becoming very interesting. Okay. uh, Mangesh have returned in his home. He has successfully touched the line. Okay. Thank you.